Joey's birthday. So right now we are gonna sing happy birthday to him, and then we're gonna go drop him off at school. So ready, set, go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yay! And Joey is 66 today.
No, 6.
66.
No, 6.
56.
No, remember I sounded out for you.
46.
No.
36.
6.
26.
No, sound it out again.
6.
Yes.
He's 6 today! Say yay!
Yeah, 6.
So guys, it is a day in the life, as you can tell by the title, but it is a special day in the life because today is Joey's birthday. He is 66 years old today.
No, 6.
Oh, 56. I'm sorry. I always get this.
6.
36?
No, 6.
26.
6.
96.
6.
Oh, he is 6 today. I always get this confused, guys. I'm old. What can I say? So it is Joey's birthday, and we are actually in the car. So we've been dressed and ready to go, and now we're just gonna go head to, oh God, what is that place called? Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like scattered brain this morning. We're going to Dunkin' Donuts to get him donuts for his class, because being that his birthday, he has to have donuts. Why not? So, and then I'm gonna head to work, and then we are going to, like, cold. Then after I get done work, we are gonna take Joey out for birthday dinner. So that's really exciting. So I'm really excited. So happy birthday, birthday boy.
Thank you.
So let's get this day of the life started. We got our Dunkin' Donuts for Joey's class. Are you excited?
Yep.
For your donuts in class?
Yep.
Yeah. We got him, and now we're gonna go drop him off. Hey guys, so I really failed at this day in the life. I really did. I thought I was gonna have time to capture Joey's birthday and to make it special, and besides going out to dinner with him and making that special, this day hasn't really been that special. I have been so inundated with coverages for this temp coverage that came in that I am to the point where I am not only counting down the seconds to vacation, I am just counting down the time until this ends. Like, I can't wait for it to end. So what I was gonna do earlier is I was going to sit down and talk to you about the day Joey was born, because he's 6, and come like 5 years from now, I may not remember a single thing about his day of birth. I may not remember his pregnancy, like how it was. So I really want to sit down and actually like talk about this stuff and actually record it, because I would love to have it and to document it so that years from now I can look back and it can spark that memory, because right now I remember it. I can almost remember everything. Like if I close my eyes, I can see everything that night that happened. So I just thought today, being his birthday, I would tell you about the day he was born. So let's jump in. Joey was born on a Monday, and I remember that day we were at a friend's house ripping up carpeting because I was 8 days away from my due date. So I knew that like he could come any day, but I didn't think he'd come that day. But anyways, so we were at a friend's house ripping up carpeting. Chris was doing more of it than I was. I was just kind of, you know, being the supervisor and sitting there and watching and observing and stuff. And I remember my stomach starting to tighten and then loosen and tighten, and I thought I was having contractions, so I started timing them. And at one point during the day, I think it was like maybe like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they got to the point that they were like 4 or 5 minutes apart, and I ended up calling the hospital, and I called Chris's mom, and they were asking questions about like my contractions, or what I thought were contractions in their mind. And they're like, are they painful? Are you feeling, you know, tightening in your back? You know, does it feel like, you know, somebody's squeezing your spine? Like all these like crazy questions. And I'm like, no, just my stomach is tightening and then it loosens. And they're like, no, I don't think you're actually in labor. I think you're just having Braxton Hicks. Okay. So when they got to about 4 to 5 minutes apart, we actually left our friend's house and we went to Chris's parents' house because Chris's mom wanted to monitor me and make sure I was okay, because if I was really in labor, she would know. And I ended up taking a nap, sleeping for a little bit, woke up, no contractions. Like, nothing. I was back to normal. Choke it up to Braxton Hicks. Then we sat down to eat dinner. I really wasn't hungry. I think I nibbled on, I think they had pasta fazool that night, I think. That's the things I can't remember. I can't remember like what I ate or didn't eat. And so I nibbled on whatever the hell we were eating. And Chris and I went back to our place. And I took another nap. I went back to sleep. And I woke up, I went to the restroom, and we're going to get into the TMI part. So I went to the restroom, and I wiped myself. And at this time, I already knew that I had lost, like, most of my mucus plug. So when I wiped, there was, like, mucus, but there was, like, dark brown spots in the mucus. So, like, old blood. So that kind of got me concerned that something was wrong. And I called the hospital, and I checked in with them, and I said, hey, you know, I just went to the restroom and I wiped, and there was mucus and there was brown spots in it and just yada yada yada. So the nurse was talking to me and she's like, look, I really don't think you're having contractions. She's like, I really don't think you're in labor. I don't think there's anything to be worried about, but if you want to come in to be on the safe side, come in and we'll check you out. She goes, but don't expect to stay. Really don't expect to stay, because you probably won't. So we called Chris's mom and we told her we're going to go over to the hospital because, I'm a worry wart and I wanted to, make sure everything was okay. Got to the hospital about 8:40. At 8:45, I got taken up to the labor and delivery floor, or the maternity ward, and they checked my cervix and I was 7 centimeters dilated. And they were completely baffled by the fact that I was 7 centimeters dilated, not in pain, not screaming, none of this. So at 8:45, I got admitted into the hospital, and they broke my water shortly after. They moved me to a room, a labor and delivery room, and hooked me up to the fetal monitor, my monitor, and started IV and all that stuff just in case I needed it. At this time, they asked me if I wanted an epidural, and when I first got to the hospital, I really thought I was going to get an epidural. I mean, I really thought I was going to get an epidural. And between the nurse, and her name was Sherry, and my mother-in-law, they talked me out of getting an epidural, because at this time I was already 7 centimeters dilated, and if I made it this far and didn't, die of pain, then I could make it the other 3 centimeters and, have Joey naturally. So I ended up going natural, and I remember them coming and checking me, and the contractions really started to come, but they still weren't painful. I mean, they were just really tight and like kind of like sharp spasms, but nothing like too bad, nothing that I was like, oh my god, this is terrible, never again, or anything like that. So I ended up starting getting contractions and stuff, and the doctor checked me again, and he's like, yeah, he's like, you're probably gonna have your baby at like 5 or 6 in the morning. Usually your first child your labor takes long, but we'll see what happens. So Chris's sister and his dad came, and they were talking to me, and Chris's sister was like, look, tomorrow's 420, you might not want to have Joey on 420, but if he comes that day, he comes that day. And I remember just sitting there and just being in labor, and Chris went with his sister to go get food, and while he was gone about an hour. He came back, like right before he came back, I really felt like I had to push. So at like 11, say like 11:10, 11:15, I really felt like I had to push, but Joey, Chris wasn't back yet, so I waited for him to come back, and then at, I would say, probably like actually 11:15 on the dot, Chris came back, and I really thought I had to push. Nurse came and checked me, and she's like, no, I don't think you have to. She actually checked me. She's like, yeah, you're ready to go. Doctor comes in, he goes, she can't be ready to go, can't be. Looks, yeah, I'm ready to go. He goes, Danielle, don't do anything, don't push, don't breathe, don't sneeze, don't nothing. He's like, I don't deliver babies without gloves on. So he put his gloves on, he got himself ready, and had me start pushing, started to push, and then he had me stop so he could cut me so that he could get Joey's shoulders out. And then I started to push again, pushed Joey out, and at 11:27 p.m. Joey was born, and he was a healthy 7 pounds 12 ounces, 19 inches long, and he was this beautiful dark-haired, like these bluish gray eyes, and he was the most beautiful baby you could ever imagine. Like, I was just blown away by how beautiful he was. After that, they went and I held him for a little bit, then they went to go clean him up. As they cleaned him up, they told me to kind of just sit myself up a little bit to just, you know, mellow my body out. Later on, I went to go to the bathroom because they told me I had to go to the bathroom. And when I went to the bathroom, I don't remember much after that. I woke up sniffing salt. Yeah, I passed out. It was great. It was great. And then the rest of the time, Joey stayed with me in the hospital room, and I tried to breastfeed him. I had problems breastfeeding him. And I remember just being the happiest person the day Joey was born. I mean, it was raining, but that was okay. But I just remember being the happiest person when Joey was born, because it's like everything that was bad in my life before him magically and instantly turned good. Like, all that bad stuff that happened to me was worth it in the end to have Joey in my arms at that present moment. So I would love to hear your labor and delivery stories, or, you know, your experience when you were having your children, because I'm always curious, like, how different they are for people. So we're just gonna leave it there. I'm just getting really sentimental, and I'm also really tired. But I would, like I said, I would really like to hear about your labor and delivery. And I'm gonna stop rambling because this is a really long clip already. And I will see you again for another video. I hope you liked this video. And if you want, you can wish Joey a happy birthday down below, because it's actually 11/29. So this time 6 years ago, I had a little baby in my arms. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.